Hi everyone, today let's solve a Leetcode question called rotate list. So given head or linked list, we want to rotate the linked list to the right by k places. Let me show you how it works. So you see example 1 has 7 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And let's say k is equal to 1. In that case, we want to rotate it by one place, so we have to set the connection before the last node is 5 to not. So we'll cut out this connection, and then we'll connect the tail to head, right? And this 5 to 1 and get this linked list. Okay, what if we want to change k to 2, meaning we'll have to rotate this to 2 places. So let's use different color and set k to 2. If k is equal to 1 to cut the connection before the second last node is 4, right? So cut this connection, and then again we connect tail to head. So get this one as our resulting list. Okay, I think the description of this question is quite straightforward. Now let's think about how to solve this problem in coding part. So if you watch my previous linked list video, you will understand I would prefer to write the code on the left side and use a graph drawing on the right side, and I'll explain the code line by line to help you understand. Okay, so actually I ran the code before recording this video, and let's display the main function of this code on this side and write the linked list graph drawing on the other side. Okay, so let's reuse example 1. So we have 5 nodes, right? 1. Oh, let's use thicker color. We have 2, -3. Then we have 4 and 5, right? And the first thing that we did in most linked list question to consider corner cases. If the no head or no head on next one to return head. But here we have finals, so I think no need to consider these corner cases. After I want to initialize the tail, which is the linked list tail, and the length of the linked list, and the renewed k of the remainder using the help function. But don't worry, I will explain the help function at the last part of the video. So currently, let's set the tail at here. Supposing we have already defined the tail of this linked list. And next thing to consider, if the k equal to 0, this means we have not done any rotation, and we can safely return this entire linked list, so we just return head. Okay, now finish all the corner cases in initialization. Let's think about how to find the pivot position, right? And by finding the pivot position, we'll first set the current and head position, and want the current by step size or length -1 minus k. So here the length is 5, right? And k is 2. So length minus k minus 1 will be 2. We move the current by 2 steps. So this one by 2 steps will move to here, right? So change this all and move to here. And after that, we actually write the pivot position next step to break the link after the before the pivot position, right? We want to cut this, but before that, we want to record the position of the new head using a corridor next. So, and new head, it's image here, and it's the location of corridor next. And after that, we can safely set corridor next equal to none. So just change this down, so we have break this connection. Okay, now you see the next thing to connect tail to head, right? So the tail is here, but head is still here, this one. You connect tail to 1, it will be like this. And finally, we turn this new head, we get the entire linked list. So let's write this linked list at another place. You see the linked list of the change, we're starting as new head at this 4, right? And all the way to the end, this 3. So we get this linked list and the result correct. Okay, now finish the main function, this coding explanation. Let's think about how to write this helper function. Okay, the help function, as I mentioned before, our purpose is to get the tail and length of linked list and to renew the k, right? So the first step is to set the temp at head and set length equal to 1, because currently we have only one node at head. And while temp and temp.next do this, because we are traversing all the way from head to the tail, right? We want to set temp equal to temp.next to check the next node and increment length by 1, because every time we are visiting another new node, right? And once finished that, we want to mod k by length. So what to do that? Let me show you an example. So see whether our k is 1 or length plus 1 or 2 multiply length plus 1. The rotation effect are basically same, right? Because if rotate it with a length or linked list, it has no effect on the linked list. And same if we rotate it by 2 multiply length, it has no effect. And same, let's say we have n multiply length, it has also no effect. So if we mod the k by the length, we'll get what is effective for the rotation. So here we get this one effective, here we get this one effective, and here we get this one effective, right? Okay, now finish this all steps. We want to return the temp, which currently the temp is tail, and the length is the length of linked list, and k is the renewed k after dividing and getting the remainder. Okay, now finish the all explanations. Let's submit the code to service. Okay, see the time capacity memory usage of this solution is quite efficient, right? And although the coding part is a bit long, I think it's relatively easy to understand. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.